Everyone on here, the professionals, they understand all the berries and aspects of the wine and how you're supposed to swish it and get oxygen to it and what you're supposed to pair it with. You know what? I don't know any of that. So if you are looking for that type of review, that type of channel, this is not the place for you. But if you are looking to move beyond Moscato, if you are looking to learn a little bit more about wine and actually have a baseline to compare it to, this might be the spot for you. So for this video, we're going to talk about... Okay, take 3 and action. Oh, we're on camera. Alright guys, so I want to welcome you to this series that I'm going to call Wine Progression. And I'm calling it Wine Progression because I'm going to take you guys on a journey with me as my palate matures from ultra sweet to probably stopping around Cabernet, maybe a Pinot Noir. I just don't see myself as a Merlot person. You might be 2 years from now, you see me having a Merlot, making this face. I just don't see myself. If you make that face, that's fine. I just don't see myself as that. I think semi-dry is good enough for me. Whatever. But yeah, today's comparison, again, is going to be the Barefoot Sweet Red Blend, and I'm using this as a baseline, so you can go out, you can get your own bottle of $5.99, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. If this is the baseline, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. We'll have a basis where you can say, okay, I see what he's saying when it comes to this is sweeter or more dry compared to Sweet Red Blend, okay? So this is the baseline. I like Barefoot because Barefoot, in my opinion, yeah, they're cheap wine, but they have every flavor covered, every palate covered. And then you go from Chardonnay, Zinfandel, Moscato, Riesling, then you hit your reds, your sweet reds, you get the red blends, and you go all the way up to Pinot Noir and Merlot. Now, I think they have a Cabernet too, so they have everyone covered under one label. I love that. I think some of you wine manufacturers, you know, unless you're like a high-end wine manufacturer, you're really missing the boat, because if someone likes your Pinot Noir, there's a good chance they might like your Merlot. You know, they might like your Malbec. So you might want to think about that. So in this review, I'm going to tell you about a product, 1. 2, I'm going to tell you who it's for, who's most likely to like it. I'm going to tell you which one is sweeter. I'm going to tell you, can I have more than a bottle without being sick the next day or feeling queasy? That's big. And then I'm also going to tell you the flavor and what to pair it with, okay? So today's challenger, put that up to the camera, is going to be Chateau Thomas Winery Sweet Aubergine, all right? I'm going to read the back of this to you. It says, this wine was crafted from a blend of red grapes for the sweeter palate. It is fresh, it's light, it exhibits classic berry fruit, a welcome complement to red meat dishes, steaks, game, and other hearty fare. Enjoy. Okay? So, I'm going to take a small sip of this. And as you can see here, the bottle's almost empty, so obviously I like it. I actually shared it with my sister. I didn't have it by myself. If you are drinking by yourself, always drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Okay? When you drink that, it is smooth. To me, it's like sweet bang. And you taste the sweet grapes, and then on the third second, the fourth second, you get the berry part. It is for the person that's a beginner. It actually is more sweet, or sweeter, whichever you English people can correct me. It's more sweet than this, okay? So this is further up the palate line when it comes to getting to that semi-dry. This is further along. This is step 1, step 2, okay? Let me make that clear. But it is for a beginner. It is for someone that likes Moscato, that likes Riesling, that went from Chardonnay to Riesling or Zinfandel to Riesling, and now they want to go from white wine to red wine. And typically you get the Moscatos, you get the kosher wine, you get the table wine. This is probably like a table wine. It's really good. I definitely could have a bottle of this. I don't think I could have more than a bottle of this by myself without either having a hangover, a really bad sugar hangover the next morning, or my stomach being queasy. Like I wouldn't drink this on an empty stomach. I think it would make my stomach queasy. So if you're someone that's 95 pounds, you drove a block and a half over to your girlfriend's house and they whipped this out and you like it. Be careful. Have one glass. Have some food to go with it, because you know it might make you queasy, might make you feel like your head's going to explode the next morning. It might make you throw up. I don't think it's because of the wine. I just think it's because it's so sweet. All right. I think the Chateau Thomas Winery, they do an excellent job with their product, but it is a sweet wine, so be careful with that. The flavors that are in this, you get red grapes and you get berries. I taste a lot of like dark cherry in my opinion. You know, I don't. It doesn't say dark cherry, but to me, I taste a lot of dark cherry in this. And what would I pair it with? I would pair this with either a nice ribeye that is fatty. I wouldn't pair it with like a New York strip or sirloin or something like that. I would want to pair this with something that's fatty, something that could also absorb some of it in my stomach. I think that would go well with it. It is really a good wine. It's smooth, but like I said, compared to this one, if we're trying to go from sweet down the palate line, we have sweet and sweeter. Okay, so this is more sweet than this. Okay, so for all you guys out there that's reviewing wine, I think you should definitely go out and give it a try if you can get it. If not, no big deal. Start here, okay? And if this is too sweet for you, don't bother buying this. Save your $11.99. Don't bother buying it. If this is something that's not too sweet for you, you might like this. If you got someone that's a beginner that you want to start them off on a bottle of wine, sure. But again, if the Sweet Red Blend is too sweet for you, do not buy the Sweet Aubergine. It's just not going to work out for you. You're going to spit it out. You're going to waste your money. So that is something that I will do in all my wine reviews. I will compare it to my go-to. Right now, this is my go-to. When my go-to goes this way to a little bit more dry, I'll let you know, and I'll compare whatever I'm trying to my go-to. That way, you will be able to say, okay, I've had Mike's go-to, and I either like that or I don't like it. It's too sweet, or it's not. You know, it's drier than I would prefer. So when you see things in the store, I'm trying to prevent you guys from saving money. When you spending money, when you see things in the store, I don't want you to buy something based on the salesman's recommendation. You can tell I've done this a lot. You buy something based on his recommendation, and you know he's like a bitter beer face wine drinker, and then you get it home and you're like, and that was one glass, you can't even bear it. So I want to give you guys a baseline again, and I'll tell you whether it's sweeter or more dry than that. Okay, so this is episode number 1 of Wine Progression, and again, I am just past Moscato. Like, I can't go back to Moscato anymore. It hurts my stomach. It makes me queasy. I can't do rosé. It hurts my stomach. It makes me queasy. I can't do Oliver Soft Red. It hurts my stomach. So this is my new baseline. When I get a new one, I'll let you know. Other than that, I want to thank you for watching. This was Sweet Aubergine. This is a Chateau Thomas Winery product. Okay, take a look at that. I do recommend it. It is for a beginner, and it is sweet. It is more sweet than this. I've said that about 95 times now, so I hope you got it. Stay tuned for the next one, where we will, again, I'll find a new one and we'll compare it to it. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I would eat it with. I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I would drink it with. And until then, drink responsibly.